We got the drink, water. Hi, my name is Magen Wolmart and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be, drumroll, a first impression video. A first impression video. And by the title, you know that this is a rare beauty first impression video. I'm not reviewing the entire line, just some of the products. Kinda broke, you know. For anyone who doesn't know, Rare Beauty is Selena Gomez's makeup line. I love Selena Gomez. I don't necessarily listen to all of her music, but I did watch her in Wizards of Waverly Place, you know, all of that good stuff. From what I've read, from what I've seen, she just seems like a good human being. But regardless, this is makeup, so I'm going to be brutally honest with my opinions. If I love it, then great. And if I don't love it, then that's also fine. We all have different needs for our makeup, and that's the fun part about makeup. I actually haven't seen the website at all, so I'm just going to take a quick peek. First thing that I'm going to do is go to their About page. So, Rare Beauty is breaking down unrealistic standards of perfection. I love that. This is makeup made to feel good in without hiding what makes you unique, because Rare Beauty is not about being someone else, but being who you are. A note from our founder: I think Rare Beauty can be more than a beauty brand. It can make an impact. I want us all to stop comparing ourselves to each other and just start embracing our own uniqueness. Then we have a quote from Selena Gomez: being rare is about being comfortable with yourself. I have stopped trying to be perfect. I just want to be me. As someone who really stresses mental health herself, I really love this because I also stress the importance of mental health, and I just love that that's what they're doing with their brand. I did prime my face with my typical primers. First, I sprayed the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. Then I used the Becca First Light Priming Filter Instant Complexion Refresh, and I used this all over my face. Then I used the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer in my T-zone. The reason I did this is because I know how those primers work with a bunch of different foundations. So if I tried both the primer and the foundation and then didn't like how my complexion was looking, I didn't want to be unclear as to whether maybe it was the primer, maybe it was the foundation. So we skipped the primer for today. Now I have watched a bunch of first impressions and reviews just because I've never done a first impression like this before on my channel, so I wanted to make sure I really knew what I was doing, what I wanted to include in this video. I am going to go to the foundation just to get a better understanding of their goal and what it should do. So their Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation. It's an everyday foundation as it's meant to be. Weightless and breathable with all day medium to full coverage that melts into skin to look and feel like you. It is also cruelty-free, vegan, paraben-free, suitable for sensitive skin, which I do have. It's dermatologist tested and non-comedogenic. Weightless, smooth glide formula dries to a natural skin-like finish in 48 shades. Pure pigments are packed in a serum-like base, making it easier than ever to blend and build your coverage. A little goes a long way. Lasts all day without drying you out or changing color on you. Convenient, mess-free doe foot applicator. It does say to shake the bottle. I have the shade 170W. I'm not positive that this is going to match me. You're not allowed to test your own products really in Sephora right now, which is completely understandable. I really love the packaging. First of all, it's super pretty. I'm going to use a Real Techniques beauty sponge for my entire face rather than doing half and half with a brush, because I never really use a brush anyway. I always start in sections, so I'm not really gonna do anything different here. I'm not sure about the shade. It kind of looks like it might match my neck because my neck is a bit more yellow. I'm going to start with this much, blend that out, and see where that gets me. So far, I'm really liking it. Not sure if the shade is perfect for me. I don't think it looks bad though. The coverage is definitely, I would say, medium. I'll also be doing a wear test today, so we'll see how it lasts throughout the day. This is definitely fuller coverage than I usually go for. With that being said, I'm not mad about it because I could also use less if I wanted less coverage. I definitely see that natural finish. So it's sitting a little funky around my hairline. I definitely have some dry patches up there, which is fine. It doesn't bother me. You can barely see it. I just noticed it because I was looking up close, but I figured I'd mention it. Now we are going to blend down the neck so we don't have any funky lines. Okay, so I've done one layer of foundation. I'm not going to add any more, and I'm really liking it so far, I have to say. Also, I'm very surprised because from all the reviews I've seen, they say that the foundation is extremely like liquidy, and I haven't had that problem. I know a lot of people apply their cream blush after their concealer. I personally don't do that. I need to set my under eyes right away. So now we're going to go in with her cream blush. This is the Soft Pinch Dewy Liquid Blush in the shade Happy. Our site says that it is a weightless, long-lasting liquid blush that blends and builds beautifully for a soft, healthy flush, available in both matte and dewy finishes. Gently remove excess product from applicator. Use the doe foot and place 1 to 2 dots on cheek. Use fingertips and gently pat. I'm going to use a brush just to see. The brush that I typically use with cream blush is this e.l.f. small stipple brush. The applicator on this is like really flat, which I like. And I'm going to start with that much. Ooh, she's pigmented. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna switch to a beauty blender because I'm scared. It's not blending out bad. I definitely used way too much though. I'm gonna take the back of my sponge, the flat side, and kind of press. I also know again that I'm going to put concealer on and most of it's going to go away anyway. But still, that was overwhelming. Not bad though. Like, it looks pretty. I would just use a little bit less. I'm going to try to be more precise. Blend, blend, blend. Just keep blending. Again, I'm going to use the flat side here and just press away at this blush. I probably used a little bit too much, but also I don't want to judge it yet because I have to do concealer, I have to set my face with powder, so that'll all kind of dilute the product a little bit. I definitely think though that cream blushes just kind of take time in general if you're new to makeup, so go in with a light hand and I think you'll be fine. The more I look at the blush too, I feel like the more it kind of settles into my skin and the more I like it. Concealer is in the shade 150C. Lightweight hydrating concealer that gives you buildable coverage where you need it while brightening skin with a radiant finish. I'm going to use my sponge, but I'm going to use the other side since I have a blush on this side. And I'm going to have my translucent powder ready to go so that I don't crease. I do crease a little bit with every foundation I use, around my smile lines, my nose, and underneath the eyes. But this is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is a cool doe foot. I have to be honest, these products don't feel as like liquidy and sheer as I have been seeing. It looks like it should have coverage, but I feel like you can still see my under eye bags. I'm gonna do the other eye and then maybe try to build up some coverage. I feel like the problem I'm having right now is the blush is getting like all over my face. I'm definitely noticing some patchiness on my eyelids, which I don't normally get. I also forgot to put this on my T-zone, so I'm gonna do that quick. Just using a little bit since the foundation gave me more coverage than I was expecting, even though it did say medium to full coverage. It's blending out nicely on my face so far. It looks good on my face. Like I said, I am seeing some collection amongst my dry patches, but I'm going to try to add a little bit more underneath my eyes and see what that does for me. I'm going to use a brush because sometimes I will use a brush for my concealer. I'm just going to be using this Morphe flat top brush. So I'm just going to blend with this and see what that does. I don't know if I'm a fan of this concealer. I have to be completely honest. It just feels like it's collecting. I did like the foundation though. I'm going to smooth the concealer out with my sponge, see if that helps. I really want to love everything. That's the problem I'm having. My under eyes just look so bad. Now I'm going to take the Tati Beauty Blendiful and just set my under eyes and my eyelids. I'm also going to take it down my nose, the sides of my nose, and into my smile lines. I'm going to let this sit. The only other product I have is the liquid lip. So I'm going to do the rest of my makeup off camera. I didn't finish the rest of my makeup. I don't have mascara on. I don't have brows on. Before I get into my thoughts, I'm going to throw on the lipstick. This is the Lip Souffle Matte Lip Cream in the shade Courage. This is an air-whipped lip cream that hugs lips with rich, melted-in color and nourishing hydration that won't weigh you down. Ooh, that's pretty. It feels so creamy. I just turned the camera off quick after applying the liquid lip. Feels very creamy, it's very comfortable, feels very hydrating. I'm not going to be doing a check-in later in the day today because I'm going to be taking my makeup off. I'm not a fan, and I don't think I feel confident walking around in it. With that being said, I don't want people to like come for my throat that this review is a little bit more negative than I would have liked it to be, but I just can't even bring myself to finish my makeup. And it's not because of all of the products here. So before I get into that, let me just tell you, I finished up my face with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade 6675 Light Bronzer. I added some blush. This is rubbed off, but I'm pretty sure it's the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Delicioso Pink. Then I set the face with the Matte and Poreless 130. I highlighted with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, and then I sprayed some of these Smashbox Photo Finish water to try to like melt everything together and see if that would help my eyes, but it just didn't. Before I did that, I actually attempted to do eyeshadow with the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. From far away, it doesn't look too bad, but around my lips here, I feel like it's kind of cakey and that it's gathered. Then on my nose, I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of coming off here on the side. It's very patchy on my nose. Then my eyes, again, I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, but it's just very patchy. Product wasn't staying put. It was kind of coming off as I continued to blend. Those are the major things that I noticed. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a second day test of these products because I really want to give them a fair shot. However, let's go product by product. The Rare Beauty foundation, I like how my complexion looks for the most part, so I definitely want to give this another go. It's more coverage than I usually go for, but it says on the website medium to full coverage, so that's what it says. And I'm gonna try this again. Regarding the liquid blush, I think the pigment was really nice, but I think I used too much. So that's a me problem, and I want to try it again and use less. Then there's the Rare Beauty concealer. Maybe I'll give it another shot. I don't think so. I don't think I'm a huge fan of this concealer. And then regarding the Lip Souffle, it feels really nice. The product in the inner part of my lip isn't staying perfectly, but I'm not mad about it. It feels nice. I like it. I'll definitely wear this again. With that being said, everybody's skin is different. Everybody likes different things. Everybody has different needs and wants when it comes to makeup. So what works for me might not work for you, and what works for you might not work for me. I'm not going to end the video here because I'm going to do a day 2 of trying the products, probably without the concealer if I'm being 100% honest. Those are my thoughts right now. I will see you on day 2 of trying this foundation and these products out. But for you, it'll be right now. So it's day 2 of the Rare Beauty first impression review video. I was looking through yesterday's footage and I'm kind of, I don't know if annoyed is the right word, but I feel like you couldn't see what I was talking about through the camera. Maybe it's because of the lights, like maybe I should have turned them off for you to see it in more natural lighting, because I feel like these studio lights definitely kind of blur my skin a little bit and make everything look better. I don't want people to think that I'm like talking negatively just to like get views, because that's not the case at all. I want to like everything that I use, everything that I try, obviously, because I spend my hard-earned coin on it. So why wouldn't I want to like it? But either way, whether you could see it or not, in person I wasn't a huge fan of the overall look and then like specific areas, which you obviously know already. But I was thinking about it this morning and I was like, okay, maybe it was the e.l.f. primer, because I did notice that it was right around over here that I was seeing the most problems. So today I'm not going to use that primer. I'm just going to do the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water and the Becca Filter Instant Complexion one. I don't really remember what it's called. It has a long name. The same first two that I used yesterday. So maybe that will help, because maybe the e.l.f. primer just doesn't go well with this specific foundation. I'm going to be using everything but the concealer. I want to focus on the foundation and then I'll use the blush and the lipstick, obviously. That's the game plan. So let's get started. My hair is back. I've primed my face. I think I'm going to use a brush on one side just to see. Even though I'm not a brush girl, I'm very much a sponge type of girl. It wasn't as liquidy as I thought it was going to be, which is surprising because everybody said it's liquidy. We're going to try it with a brush, maybe smooth it out with a beauty blender, and I'm also going to be using a different sponge today. I'm going to be using this Morphe sponge, and then I'm also going to be using this flat top Morphe brush. I'm also going to try to use a lot less than I used yesterday. I feel like it's just picking up the product. It's definitely more of a natural coverage though than yesterday. Let's do the other side with the sponge. I think I like the sponge side better. I think I like the finish of it more. It's a little bit more radiant in my opinion, and definitely looks more skin-like than the brush side. I'm going to try to smooth this side out. Now for the nose. Not bad. Maybe it was the e.l.f. primer, or maybe it was the concealer actually. Maybe the concealer was breaking up on me, because I'm liking this foundation right now. I really am. I definitely have more of a natural coverage, but as I said, that's the type of coverage that I like. I like light to medium coverage. So now let's put some on the forehead. I'm definitely liking this a lot better today, which I'm so happy about. I definitely prefer it with the sponge. It just looks a little bit patchy right around here, which is not a big deal. I'm not a brush kind of girl anyway. So this is one layer of foundation, much less than I used yesterday, and I'm a fan. I really like it. This is how I would probably wear it on more of an everyday basis, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to try to build up the coverage just a little bit. Here, we'll add like a few dots on the cheek, a few dots over here, then we'll add like 2 little dots and 1 dot there. I'm going to use the back of the sponge and tap in. I still think that the coverage on this side is a little patchy, but again, that could be from my brush because I'm not really getting that problem on this side. That's really pretty. Honestly, like, I want to be super raw and honest on this channel. Part of me was tempted to completely delete yesterday's footage and just say that I've tried some of the products already, so it's not really a first impression. But I really just want to be natural and raw here because I think that makeup is a process and that there's a learning curve to makeup, and I feel like this is a perfect example of that. Like, sometimes you have to learn a product in order to know how to best use it for you. This has me tempted now to want to try the concealer again, but I'm scared. I don't want to mess what I have going on right now up. I really like it. I think I'm going to try the concealer. Oh, I don't know if that's a mistake or not, and I think that I'm going to use the concealer this time before the blush, because now I'm sitting here and I'm like, maybe some of the blush got up into my eyes as I was blending everything, and then it just kind of made the formula combine with the other formula, and it just made it look weird. We're going to start with a little bit. I also made sure to moisturize my eyes and my eye area extra well. I'm still kind of getting some of that patchiness. You see that? How it's just kind of patching up. I'm just going to go in with my holy grail, the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 10 Fair, and just conceal my face and my under eyes, and then I'll come back for the liquid blush. So I put concealer in my T-zone, but I decided that I kind of want to see if the same thing happens if I put on the liquid blush with my Holy Grail Maybelline concealer. To do the blush, I'm going to use the e.l.f. small stipple brush again, but I'm going to use a lot less today. Much better. So I have the product placed, and now I'm going to use the sponge and just kind of pat at it. I think I'd even use a little bit less than I did here, and maybe go for a different type of color, maybe one that's not so bright. But after the face is set, I think it'll look a lot better. So now let's go on to the other side. Liquid blushes are really, really pretty for natural days, but this is, like I said, very pigmented. Both sides are done. I think I'm liking it. So now I'm going to go in with my under eye concealer, and just like I did yesterday, I'm going to have my loose powder ready to go. I know I look crazy right now, but while I bake, I just want to say again that my goal is to be 100% real, raw, honest at all times on my channel, because that's the person that I strive to be in real life. So that's what I want to show on camera. When I was applying my Maybelline concealer, it still looked a little patchy. That could be for several reasons. Maybe the eye cream is just being funky today. Maybe it's because I had the Rare Beauty concealer underneath my Fit Me concealer. Either way, I do have concealers that I like better than my Rare Beauty foundation, so I'll talk more when I'm done. But I'm going to finish my makeup up until the lip off camera. I finished up the rest of the face, pretty much the same products I used yesterday in the first part of this video, but I didn't put on any more blush like I did yesterday. So the blush that you're seeing here is the cream blush. I sprayed some primer water, then I did my brows with the Benefit Goof Proof brow pencil in the shade 3.5. Then to set my brows, I used the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Boost and Set in the transparent clear shade. Then I did my mascara, which involves the Maybelline Falsies mascara in Blackest Black Waterproof, the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara in Blackest Black Waterproof, and then the Maybelline Lash Discovery in Waterproof for my lower lashes. Then I sprayed the face with the Pixi Makeup Fixing Mist, my typical makeup routine other than the Rare Beauty products. So now I'm going to go in with the Rare Beauty Liquid Lip. I'm not going to line my lips because I want to see how well I can get a line with this lip, because I feel like by the time I did the lip yesterday, I was kind of frustrated, so I wasn't focusing. So let's go for it. I feel like I did a decent job lining my lips with this. It's definitely not perfectly opaque. In the middle of my lips, you can kind of see my natural lip peeking through. But for me personally, it doesn't bother me too much. I would rather have a liquid lip that's comfortable, that's a little bit less opaque, than an intensely opaque liquid lip that completely dries my lips out. Even though I might do a check-in, I'm gonna give you my thoughts for these products right now because I have a pretty good consensus. So let's start with the Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation, if I'm remembering the names correctly. I don't have them in front of me. I really like how my complexion came out today. I think that yesterday I used too much of the foundation, and the concealer is what I didn't like, and that was kind of throwing me off. I was like, I don't know. So I'm going to give the foundation a thumbs up. Definitely try it out for yourself. I really, really like it. And let me know in the comment section below if you have tried it, what your thoughts are. I hate being negative, but I want to be honest here. My first impression yesterday was right. The Rare Beauty concealer, I think I'm going to go to Sephora and return it. I don't think it is a bad product by any means. I think that you should give it a go for yourself because I just think it wasn't the best concealer for me. I don't really like the consistency of this concealer. Personally, again, I'm more of a light to medium coverage kind of person, so I like concealers that are a little bit more liquidy. It just wasn't for me. I can't exactly pinpoint it, but it didn't really give me that wow factor that I was hoping for. So I'm personally gonna say pass on this product. Again, try it out for yourself. Everyone has different skin, different wants, needs, desires, etc. Next is the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush in the shade Happy. I think this is really pretty. I think that liquid blushes in general come with a learning curve, and that's perfectly fine. I think it looks so nice on my skin today, and I really like it. I think I'm definitely going to keep using this. I'm going to keep this one, but also try to get a different shade that I might like with my complexion a little bit better. But overall, I'm going to say thumbs up. And then for the Rare Beauty Lip Souffle, I got the shade Courage, and it's so pretty. Even though I don't know the longevity of this product, I'm going to give it a thumbs up because it feels so comfortable on my lips, and my lips were pretty dry before I applied it. Again, a thumbs up for the Rare Beauty foundation, the liquid blush, and for the lip souffle. So the lighting's a little bit weird because the sun is setting, but I'm kind of just disregarding the under eyes since I have the Maybelline concealer there. So I'm really just focusing on the complexion, which looks really good. I'm really liking the foundation in natural lighting. I'm just looking in the mirror quick. Yeah, it looks really good. The blush looks nice. It is subtle, but not too subtle where you can't see it. And then for the most part, my lips have dried down pretty nicely. Not sure if we did the little check-in or not, because if I did do a check-in, this is me from the past. But if I didn't do a check-in, then same thoughts, same opinions. I'll link everything in the description box down below. If you liked this video and you want to see more, please give it a big thumbs up. Click the subscribe button down below and turn on post notifications. That way you get notified whenever I upload a new video. I'm not on a perfectly consistent schedule yet, but my goal is to get 2 videos up a week around Sunday and Wednesday. And your support would mean the absolute world to me. I always say this at the end of the videos because I always forget. I do monthly Starbucks e-gift card giveaways. Sometimes it varies. Sometimes I'll skip a month depending on how many videos I can get up and how many comments I have to choose from. If you want to enter to win a Starbucks e-gift card, then just read the rules down in the description box, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.